What's up, guys? It's Knockers on the Bottom. I'm your host, J Miller if you like. So let's get to it. So today's game day, Cowboys playing against the Bengals. Sorry I'm on so late. A pretty busy day at work here, so it took me a little bit of time to hop on, but I'm still here for you guys. So we're going to break down the Cowboys offense, kind of ways that they might have success against the Bengals. And on the same token, also take a look at predictions for the game, outcome, all that good stuff. So kind of a preview slash pregame all rolled up into one, but let's get to it. So here you see the Cowboys lined up against the Commanders, and the Cowboys have a 4 wide receiver set. Hunter Lipke's in the game, stepped up in the pocket. This is a Cooper Rush game because it's going to be a Cooper Rush game tonight. And, let's take a look at how the Cowboys attack this here. So the Commanders lined up with the middle kind of open there, but there might be some stunts going on here. They match it, with a nickel formation. They have 2 linebackers. They have the corners out there. They have a single high safety. Cooper Rush sees it. So let's see how they go. So Cowboys look to stay pretty static here. Not much movement. They snap the ball, and a snap of the ball, protection's pretty good, except for this guy here. I don't necessarily see who that guy is. It might have been, it was Awesome Richards. So he gets caught kind of flat-footed. This guy's coming off now. It looks like it's going to be Chuma Edoga tonight starting. So we'll see how that works out. But nevertheless, the rest of the line holds up. Looked like Cooper Rush had the plan of getting the ball out of his hands pretty quickly anyway. You see this linebacker kind of backpedaling. Safety vacates the middle of the field. So this linebacker is supposed to carry this guy all the way up. He doesn't. Luke Schoonmaker's already behind him. And at least Awesome Richards kind of recovers a little bit to get a hand here on the defensive player so that he can't just have a free run and hit Cooper Rush. So Rush gets the ball off. Safety vacated the middle of the field. As you can see, ball's here. This is wide open. All that has to happen is Schoonmaker make the catch. He does. Touchdown Cowboys. So the reason I kind of showed you guys this play is because Cincinnati is super vulnerable in this area. So here we go. They're playing against the Raiders. Raiders are lined up in a similar formation. They got 4 wide receivers out, but their tight end is on the bottom of the screen instead of on the top in the slot there. Running back, lined up here. You got your 5 down linemen. Then you got the quarterback here, Desmond Ridder. He's looking over the defense. The Cincinnati Bengals match it very similarly, right? We see a single high safety. But we also see this guy here, actually, it might not be a single high safety. It might actually be a little bit of a 2 deep safety, actually looking at it. But you got the 4 down, you got the 2 linebackers there, so it is still nickel. So let's see what happens on the snap of the ball. Now on the snap of the ball, boom, Bengals get here. So even though it seems like it actually is a 2 high safety, it actually rotates more to single high because this safety is helping double this guy here, who's Brock Bowers, which is, the Raiders' best weapon on offense at this point this season. It's amazing. He's only a rookie. Boom. He keeps going. Safety. What do we see? Safety vacates the middle of the field, right? Ridder has to get on the move because similarly, this guy got beat. So what happens? Ridder gets on the move. He sees his tight end. He throws to a spot. Boom. Brock Bowers catches it for the touchdown. It's a very similar play to what we just saw with Jake Ferguson. So, it's not the exact same thing, but it is a very, very similar play and a similar result. The Cowboys have some opportunities here in this game against this defense. So let's take a look at another one. This one's against the Giants. Cowboys line up with 3 wide receivers on the bottom, single wide receiver up top. The running backs are there to protect in the backfield again. You got the 5 down linemen. Giants match it. They show a little bit more of a pressure look, and they do have the 2 deep safeties here, and their corners are kind of out on the island, slot corner there. So let's see what happens. So play starts. A little bit of motion here. Now, this is different than the last play because now the Cowboys bring Kevontae Turpin in motion. That gives a tell, right? That helps this guy here, quarterback Cooper Rush, just a little bit to let him know, hey, is this man-to-man coverage? Is this zone coverage? Now, by the guy going with Kevontae Turpin, he sees, okay, this is man-to-man coverage. So now it gives him a little bit better beat on his reads. Boom. On the snap of the ball, Kevontae Turpin gets it. Cowboys get out here, right? They got boom, blockers, plus another couple of guys coming down. These guys did a great job staying kind of parallel to the line of scrimmage as to not get the illegal man downfield penalty. And boom, Kevontae Turpin gets the ball. Now he's got Chuma Edoga in front. You got another blocker there. blocker here. So Kevontae Turpin, being the speed guy that he is, he exploits the hole, gets up the field, and honestly, maybe one more good block away from scoring. Gets out of bounds. I think Kevontae Turpin is also going to have some opportunities today to make some explosive plays if the Cowboys choose to get him involved. Sometimes, some weeks it looks like they want to get him involved, and then other weeks it looks like they just, forget that he's on the team. But I hope this is not a forget he's on the team type of week, right? So, show you that play to show you the Bengals defense once again. Ravens, 3 guys underneath. You got a receiver up top. Looks like it's the tight end. You got your 5 down lineman. You got the running back besides them. Now, this is a little bit different of a play. It's not to the outside like the Cowboys play was necessarily to the outside, but it is a short pass that you're able to exploit for a bigger gain afterwards. So, boom, Lamar Jackson is on time, gets the ball out to Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers, boom, able to make a couple of guys miss with his, athleticism, his speed, gets down the field, gets 26 yards. So, once again, as you see, the Bengals allow a lot of room in coverage. They're not very disciplined when it comes to tackling. Hendrickson is the guy that we pretty much have to worry about when it comes to the defense. Other than that, the Cowboys should be able to move the ball on these guys. I don't know if it's going to lead to, a point explosion, but they shouldn't have trouble moving the ball on these guys. So let's see again, another place where the Cowboys will be able to have some success. So this play, as you see the 5 down linemen, tight end in, they got the fullback there. The Cowboys are kind of showing, hey, man, we're going to run this football, right? That's what they're showing. Giants have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in the box. So the Giants know what to run. They're, loading up heavy to stop the run. And so let's take a look and see how the Cowboys do it. So Cooper Rush gave the little signal there to put the guy in motion. Jalen Brooks comes in. He's tight with the tight end. Cooper Rush goes. Boom. So we see these blocks are all good. And honestly, we're all good here, right? Block, 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 block. So you got 2 guys that can make the play. This guy looks like he's ready to make the play in the hole. But what Rico Dowdle has been so good at this year, running through contact. Boom. And now he gets to the second level, right? And just like we see with the Bengals, boom, the Giants are a very poor tackling defense. And then Rico Dowdle just dragging people. For extra yards, he gets 17 yards, gets down the field, and now he's at that point where, hey, we're the Cowboys, we're eating, it's the fourth quarter, we're trying to, run out this clock on you, and Rico Dowdle's being a strong runner for the Cowboys. So let's take a look at this one. Now, this is very similar. The only difference is the tight ends are already here. But as you see, when the Cowboys came down, they motioned, Brooks here, and then they had their tight end on the outside. They had a fullback, but the Eagles are going single back set here. Cincinnati, what do they match it with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in the box. So very similar to what the Giants did. Let's take a look and see how this play results, right? So you have Saquon in the backfield. Ooh, they bring down an extra wide receiver. Boom. And now this one, it's all blocked up here pretty well. But the defense gets sucked inside. Saquon sees that, makes a nice little jump cut. And it looks like if he wants to go here, he's got a lane. So now with 1, 2, 3 Bengals here, and Saquon's already getting contacted by this guy, this should be a minimal gain. It should be a minimal gain. But boom, 1 missed tackle. Now Saquon's turning on the Jets a little bit. Boom, another missed tackle. Boom, another missed tackle. And luckily, Saquon couldn't keep his feet in bounds. He could have scored on that game. But you have 1 on 3. Saquon makes all of those guys miss and basically gets down to the 1 yard line and has a chance to score on that play. Had he not lost his footing after being pushed, he still was able to keep his balance for a few more yards. So I say that to say the Cowboys are going to have an opportunity tonight to make some plays if they really want to against the Cincinnati Bengals. So now let's get to some predictions. So I do think Rico Dowdle is going to have a big game again. I actually expect him to be closing in on that century mark. So imagine, no Cowboys running back has had 100 yards since 2022 when Tony Pollard did it towards the end of the season. Now I'm predicting that Rico Dowdle is actually going to have back-to-back 100-yard rushing games. Not only that, I think in the battle of Cooper versus Joe, because this is the second one, I actually think Cooper Rush will have a good game. I don't think he's going to have a better game than Joe Burrow. Let me just tell you guys that right now. Joe Burrow has been beasting it, and I don't expect the Cowboys to slow him down. But I do expect Cooper Rush to have a good game. I don't really think he's in danger of throwing any interceptions, not against this secondary, but he is in danger of fumbling the football because Trey Hendrickson will definitely have some rushes where he wins off the edge, and I expect him to get to Cooper Rush a couple of times tonight. Maybe not necessarily sack him every time, but definitely hit him and make his presence felt and let him know, hey, man, I'm here. Also, in the receiving game, this is the first week in about 3 or 4 weeks that CeeDee Lamb has not had an injury designation going into the game. That's awesome. So now you got Brandon Cooks back. You got CeeDee Lamb feeling a little healthier. Jake Ferguson's going to be back. Luke Schoonmaker's shown himself in the passing game. Brevin Spanford has showed himself in the passing game. So I think the Cowboys are actually going to put some points up here tonight. So my other prediction is CeeDee Lamb has one of his regular CeeDee Lamb games, 8, 9, 10 catches. The Cowboys put up some points. Jake Ferguson, I think they will work him in slowly and sparingly. I don't think you'll see the normal Jake Ferguson workload, but Schoonmaker will help pick up the slack in that area. I think Brandon Cooks will get loose for some big plays also in this secondary. So I expect this to be an offensive game. So on the defensive side, I think you'll see lots of pressure from Michael Parsons. Newsflash, Michael Parsons pressuring. Michael Parsons is good. Hey, we all know that. But I do think this will be another multi-sack game for Michael Parsons. I think the Bengals offensive line has a lot of trouble protecting Joe Burrow. The Cowboys have actually led the league with 16 sacks in the last 4 weeks. So just like the Bengals, their trend the last 4 weeks is they've been scoring points and losing games. The Cowboys' trend the last 4 weeks is their defense's pass rush has been getting after it. You have Trayvon Diggs back tonight, so we'll actually get to see Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, and Jordan Lewis on the field at the same time for the first time in their entire career. So I do expect that the Cowboys will get their hands on some balls. Will that result in interceptions? That remains to be seen. But as far as passes defense, I do think the Cowboys will have an opportunity to get their hands on a few balls, even though Joe Burrow does not turn it over a lot. So let's get to prediction as far as score is concerned and outcome of the game. So I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I do think the Cowboys will be able to get some stops against the Bengals. I don't think the Bengals will be able to get a ton of stops against the Cowboys, but I do think there will be times where the Cowboys stop themselves. So if I had to predict it, I'm going to say Cincinnati pulls this one out in a fairly high-scoring game. Let's go Cincinnati Bengals 34, Cowboys 26. A flip of the Cowboys Commanders score where the Cowboys won 34-26. I think the Bengals win 34-26. I think there's plenty of points in this game. I think this game ends up a shootout. But at the end of the day, I just think the Cowboys offense just can't quite keep up with the Bengals. I do feel like if the Cowboys were playing this well and had some of their key pieces, as far as Dak Prescott, Zach Martin, Awesome Richards or Tyler Guyton, I think maybe the outcome might be a little bit different. But based on what we have now, that's what I'm predicting. So let's see. Game time is less than an hour away, so you guys will be able to get on, tell me how wrong I am or tell me how right I am. Whatever way it goes, I'm here for you. But thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me on Twitter at JMillerIYL. That's JMiller if you like. You can also hit me up via email, knockersonthebottom@outlook.com. Again, that's knockersonthebottom@outlook.com. You can leave comments below if there's any questions you have, anything specific you want me to cover. I'll take them here. I'll take them via Twitter. I'll take them via email, throw them into a mailbag, make it a normal segment. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're at 32 subscribers, trying to get to 50 so I can give something Cowboy-centric away. So please keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Love you guys so much. Until next time, I'm your host, J Miller if you like. This has been Knockers on the Bottom. Peace.